I all together. And then we'll have, yeah, it's fun. Start. What's going on, bro? Oh yeah, what's happening? Alright, and we're in. So, you guys asked for it, here it is. The weekly big shop. As you can see, or as you've probably already guessed by the cover photo, yes, for the most part I shop at Aldi. So one of the things that I get asked a lot is it worth it? Yes it is. Purely based on the fact that there's a lot less distraction in the supermarkets within, if you look at the Aldi store. So Aldi, most people around the world will have this. If not, you'll have a supermarket that is similar. It's not necessarily budget, they just don't waste money on like fixtures and marketing and a whole lot of other things you don't really need, so it's condensed, it's short, sharp and sweet. However, you can get caught up in the middle of Aldi and walk out with a fridge. So, something to keep in mind. Now, this is generally this is a typical shop for me. I spend anywhere between $75 and $85 on average, and I have about 3,500 calories a day, just to put that into some context. Now, I will do more videos on exactly what I eat through the day, like my meals. I have done some older videos on that, but everyone's interested in what I'm eating currently. I'll give you a bit of a synopsis and run through, but first of all, I'll just give you an idea of what I eat, what I got on the shop, so you guys can know. So that's not what I got on the shop, but that's just a WPI protein that I use. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So the main crux of what I get is generally lean meats, fruits, vegetables, dairy products, and then anything else like flavorings, etc., sauces, marinades, and you name it. So first thing I've got here is lean chicken breast. I've currently got free range. It's completely up to you. You don't necessarily have to get that. It's just something that's a little bit higher quality, and if you've got the money, you can certainly spend it. I've got some premium lean beef mince, so I like to get the leanest and add my fats to it rather than getting something that's just full of fat and you're really just wasting calories, and to be honest, I don't really like the taste of it. I've got some low-fat Greek yogurt. I've got a variety of flavors. I've got some bananas, I've got some apples here. I've got full clove of garlic, or should I say a bulb of garlic. I've got red onion, I've got mushrooms, I've got some coconut milk, okay, I've got some Italian diced tomatoes, I've got some fresh mini Roma tomatoes, I've got some capsicum, I've got some cinnamon because I ran out and I like to put that in my oats breakfast and desserts. I've got some oyster sauce, fish sauce, which is going to be for a marinade, and I'll explain that in a moment. I've got some light skim milk, or should I say light milk, and I've got my oats, and this is just water. So, to give you an idea of what this looks like in a day. So for breakfast, I generally have oats, okay, with a Greek yogurt, with some frozen blueberries. So the things that aren't here that I don't necessarily get every week, or I may get from Woolworths or Coles. If you live in Australia, you'll know what that is. If not, that's just another supermarket. It's another brand. There's a little bit more variety. So I also get frozen vegetable, I usually get some stir-fry frozen vegetables as well as my fresh vegetables. But also I've got some frozen berries, I have ice cream, and I'll also have some cereal, which is what my pre-workout meal is at the moment, with skim or light milk. So what does the day's meals look like? Well, the first meal is generally, as I said, oats with a Greek yogurt. I'll have some cinnamon and cacao powder in the oats, and then I'll also have some fresh blueberries on there. I've got peanut butter and Nutella, so I'll have Nutella or peanut butter. I'll also have one chopped banana over there, and I'll have some honey as well. And I'll put a sprinkle of protein powder on it, just to increase the protein a little bit, and it adds a bit of flavor. If you've not tried sprinkling protein powder over your breakfast items or certain dessert items, it actually works really well, especially if you're a bit of a freak like me and you like the texture of powder. And it's a good flavored protein. It's nice, and if you let it melt a little bit or you let it set, it goes like a bit of a cakey consistency. And then the second meal at the minute, my second breakfast or my pre-workout meal, is currently cereal. So I've got Exo Crunch at the minute, or I'll have something like Nutri-Grain, something like that. It's not necessarily like your real high sugar Cocoa Pops or Frosties or something, but it doesn't really matter too much because 20% of the food can be, you know, fun, processed if you like, higher calorie. Most of the food, as you can see here, are coming from whole foods that I eat. And I have a lot of food, I eat a lot of food, I expend a lot of calories, I train with a lot of volume, so a lot of those calories are used as fuel as well. So that gives me a lot of calories, very easy digestible before I work out, so it's high carbohydrate. I've also got the protein from the milk, a little bit of fat in there too, and also the cereal has a little bit within it. Then what I'll have generally after that is, I have a coffee in the morning as well. That's my first thing that I have, and I usually eat between 8 and 10 when I get hungry. I don't force myself to eat breakfast. Then I'll have lunch. I've been currently having a green curry, so that's with the lean chicken breast. I have basmati rice, which I didn't need to buy this week, but I have got that in there. And I've also got pasta as well. Got that in the pantry. So the rice with the coconut milk, usually with the green curry, with the garlic, with the stir-fry vegetables, also cashews as well. But I'm actually going towards a bit of a cashew stir-fry, so I'm gonna go more like a pad thai, cashew, etc. So this is what the oyster and the fish sauce is for, to flavor that up. And I'll sort of distribute the capsicum, the vegetables throughout those meals to add flavor. I will generally have a bit of a snack in the afternoon, or I did, but now I'm sort of having bigger meals and less of them. So usually in the afternoon I'll just have an apple. Or I've been having some like light popcorn, but generally I'll just swing towards an apple now. Dinner time, that's what my lean mince is for. So I've got lean mince. I've been currently having that with pasta, and then I'll use, I've got like peeled tomatoes here. I'll use some fresh tomatoes, I'll use some passata sauce, and I will add a little bit of red wine, garlic, and I'll reduce that down, let it simmer, and make a nice pasta sauce. You're making a sauce, huh? You gotta make the sauce! If you've not checked out Sushi Mango, that will make sense. Go and check them out. Anyway, so typical Italian on the pasta, and I'll obviously have, I've been having like the shape, I've been having the shells, but I'm going to like a rigatoni or whatever you want to call it. Pretty much just a different shape pasta in layman's terms. I'll have that with the mince. And then again, if I want to add some fat to that, I might add some cheese, but at the minute, the fat within the beef is going to be enough. And if I do need more, I can look at adding other things like that. And then my last meal is one of my favorites. I have oats again, and I will let them swell in the microwave with water, a little bit of cacao powder. And then what I'm going to be doing, or what I have been doing, is then putting some protein powder within the oats or on top when it sets. I have some mixed berries, and then I'll have ice cream on top of that. And I'll usually put on peanut butter. So it's like a bit of a dessert meal as well, and maybe a bit of whipped cream as well. So again, it all fits within my calorie intake, my nutrient profile. As always, as I've recommended, for those of you who are new to the channel, I always talk about 80% of your food, really, really simple, should come from whole foods. 20% you can have fun with. At least 3 meals a day, 3 protein servings, 3 to 4 servings of fruit and or vegetables, plenty of water. There's your basics to remain healthy, and then obviously getting it more specific from there. So that's the big shop, guys. That's Aldi. If you want to save some money, again, you don't have to go and spend lots of money or get fancy food. A little can go a long way, and once again, the basics are the best. So as always, team, if you like the video, if you've got something positive to say, comment down below, share it with someone who can benefit from this. Happy shopping. Make sure you subscribe for weekly videos. I'll be back here next week with another video with another topic to help you guys and give you a bit of an insight to how you can enhance your training, nutrition, and or lifestyle. So in the meantime, as always, guys, stay fearless.